So I have Danny DeCruz, Assistant Editor, Business Today, joining me on the broadcast. Also with me in a moment would be Pawan Duggal, one of India's best-known cyber security and law experts. But Danny, to you first. What are you picking up? What's the latest? The death toll at 11 and close to 3,000 injured. How could this happen?
Yes, Gaurav, as you rightly said, there are two possibilities. One being a hack, and the other being a problem in the global supply chain. So, roughly around 5,000 pages were reportedly gathered in this one batch, where it is being said by Lebanese authorities that they were rigged with explosives. So now this also shows the vulnerability of the global supply chain of devices. But Israel, if Israel was behind it, it's also a possibility that it was easy for them to target the Hezbollah members because not a lot of people in this day and age use pagers. And it is
Yes.
being said that a single pager text was able to detonate that pager while they had it for months before. So they were using it as normally, and they were going through their normal scanners. But the experts are saying that it's very difficult to trace that kind of an explosive. And that's the reason it went untraced for such a long time. And it happened right at the moment when it was supposed
It
to.
just sounds too
Uh,
fantastic to be true. I mean, it's straight out of a spy thriller. Pawan Duggal,
exactly.
how do you look at it? I'll come to you in just a moment to talk about its implications for other countries, whether it can be replicated in a mobile phone, how safe or unsafe are our mobile phones, but that's in a moment. How do you look at this development in Lebanon, sir?
I look at it as a development as a manifestation of a cyber security breach. At the end of the day, it was the cyber security of the pager that was compromised to achieve the desired result. Well, first and foremost, Hezbollah was testing and relying upon a technology that's almost 2 decades old. Number two,
Yes.
at that point of time, cyber security was not a big thrust area. So a lot of loopholes and vulnerabilities were existing. And number three, the hackers or the cyber actors were able to come inside the said network of pagers and able to then implement and execute any command which led to this synchronized attack. I think it's a much bigger stuff. Currently, it's too early to say what's happened, but one learning is this has to be a wake up call for every nation, for every digital stakeholder, because now any kind of a technology can be weaponized as a means of a cyber security breach to cause bodily harm, physical harm, apart from harm to property and stuff like that. So I believe it's a wake up call, but a lot of things have yet to emerge as investigations surround this particular episode.
You know, since you say it's a wake-up call, the point I was coming to, if we were to talk about the Indian armed forces, if we were to talk about the police forces across the length and breadth of our country, a lot of mobile phones in our country, where are they manufactured? What kind of software do they have? Can there be a similar explosion triggered in these mobile phones? Is that even possible? Especially those who have these sensitive mobile phones in our country, or those who hold sensitive appointments in our country?
Well, Gaurav, this episode tells us that nobody is secure. Your mobiles in your purses or in your pockets are sitting time bombs that we are all carrying together. And now, this new approach of misuse of technology is telling us that potentially nobody is safe. And in the Indian context, we don't exactly know where our mobiles are getting manufactured, what kind of a malware, spyware, or contamination is already fed in as part of supply chain, what kind of potential targeting can be done. So somewhere down the line, the ignorance is bliss paradigm reigns supreme in India. Everybody believes I can't be targeted, I'm good to go. But the reality is today you don't need to be a Mr. Tom, Dick, and Harry. You can be just be a common person and yet still be potentially targeted. The idea is now with cybercrime as a service powered by artificial intelligence, predominantly emerging on the horizon, thanks to the developments of the darknet, this is now the way forward. This will be the new normal where these devices, communication devices, and computers will be routinely targeted, hacked. Till now, we had only talked about hacking, but right now, it's going to go in the direction where hacking could lead to physical injury or harm or even death to the concerned persons. I think it's a huge wake up call. Countries don't only need to have dedicated cybersecurity laws, cybersecurity policies, but more significantly, the need for inculcating cybersecurity as a way of life amongst
Yes.
all digital stakeholders has to be the urgent priority today.